I assume you're here because you want to get loads of money. And we're going to get access to pretty much any kind of loot that you could possibly want. Of course, you're not going to get named items, but anything that's not quest specific is going to be available as we go around this route. So you should certainly pick out anything else that you want, but we're going to be targeting the money. I want to start out by saying you could do something very similar to what we're about to do. So if you want to be more honest, you could instead forge swords and then come along a similar route in the daytime instead of the nighttime, and then go ahead and sell your wares. A lot of these shops will purchase weapons, so you can still do this and you won't need max lockpicking and stealth. Instead, you're going to want max craftsmanship, and then you're going to go ahead, go to a blacksmith somewhere with some materials, build a load of expensive swords, and you can go ahead and sell those swords for the profit that you want. We, however, are going to be doing this the dishonest way, which means the higher your stealth and thievery skills, the better. In fact, you're probably going to want at least 25 thievery, because we have very hard locks that we have to pick to be able to get through the doors at nighttime in Kutenberg, which is where this is going to be happening. I can't put the words early game anywhere on this video. This is when your character is established and you have access to the second map. Once those things are true, then you're going to want to go ahead, make it just before midnight, in my opinion. The actual good time to get into these shops and start getting some money is around actual midnight. So we ideally want to be in front of our first target before that, so that as soon as midnight hits and a lot of the NPCs are all asleep and not really doing anything, and you do need to be a little bit careful about this, okay? Sometimes the NPCs, they bug out and they stand still and you just can't get around them. So if that's happening in one of these spots, just skip it. You don't really need to worry about it too much. There are a lot of shops. And we're going to be doing this over 3 to 4 nights, which means you can keep on cycling each of the routes that I'm going to show you, not have a night where you don't get any money. Now that I'm at the first shop, I'm just going to make sure I describe this from the map. So we started at the Emperor Charles Tavern. You can get a bed in here, which I already have. It may be quest related, but you just talk to the innkeeper dude and you can go ahead and buy yourself a bed. Then we're going to come down the street very slightly, and for the first night, our first target is going to be this weaponsmith. Being as we're already here, I'm going to go ahead, just rush the time a little bit, and we're going to find that once midnight hits, most of the NPCs are all going to be nice and settled. Of course, bring all of your stealth A game, because we are doing a lot of picking here, and we are now going to make our way inside. The vast majority of the time, the gold is upstairs in the master bedroom. So in this case, we're going to be heading up the stairs. From the top of the stairs, we're going to loop around again. I want to be pretty quick about this. Do another 180, and then we're going to come into this right-hand door right here, where we'll find the swordsmith. Sometimes they can move around. The NPCs seem to have random places where they will sleep. And sometimes also double check to see if you've got another merchant in the bed. Sometimes the traders from outside will join them as well. And then either with the key, or if you want to pick it instead, we come back downstairs and we'll find this dude's chest is right here. So as you can see, this was the first set of stairs. You come on in, 700 Groschen. Rather nice start to the evening. And then we can head on out. From here, we're going to take a sprint down the street, I guess. We'll pop some Nighthawk. I don't know how much this is going to help. And there are a lot of chests right here. So we are going to come across the road. We're going to get this one in the back first. Extra 300 Groschen there. It's worth noting the ones outside actually don't give anywhere near as much Groschen as the ones that actually have their own shops. We're going to come down this way, behind this little stall. Guards should struggle to see us, so we want to make sure we're just out of their way as we continue improving our wealth. Another 490 there. And then across to the wagon for another chunk right there. So as you can see, we've had access to a ton of gear so far. So if you see anything you want, go ahead and grab it. It's up to you whether or not you'd prefer to buy it and then rob the money back, or if you'd prefer to steal it, leave it in your chest for a few days so it loses its stolen status, and then you can just wear it as much as you want. So as you can see, let's bring a map up right now because then time doesn't pass. We have looted the armory. We got these 3 across the street, and then now we're into this armory. Wow, everything looks incredibly bright. The night eye potion on. Here we have the armorsmith right on the bench. I did say it was kind of random where they decided to sleep sometimes. Once we have the key, we'll head on back down the stairs. We have 2 very hard chests down here. We'll go ahead, loot the Groschen out of there. That's another big 955 bad boy. Then we can head on back outside. Again, grab any loot that you feel like you need. It's not too much risk to us right here. Now we're about to turn the corner, so we're obviously going to go ahead, loop around, get to this armory just here. We want to do our best at this point to stay out of the sight of the guards. This one's just passing by the cart right now, so we're going to get into here. Only a hard this time. And then we can head on up the stairs in the middle. And then we head through the door ahead. I think this is an actual named NPC, so he might actually always be in the same place. Go ahead and grab both of his keys. Keep an eye on the Groschen. That was a 95 there. Probably could have been worth us grabbing that as well. His money's right next to him for another big chunk right there. Go ahead and leave. It's probably good practice to close the doors behind you. As long as nobody sees us, we should be okay. Again, if you need loot, you could just head on in and go shopping if you want. It's all right there on the way out. But once you have the seed money, you can basically just purchase it all from them and then come on back in the night, take all of your money back, effectively getting it for free and not having the stolen mark on your gear. We're not going to bother with the butchers, and there is a scribe in with where the kind of guardhouse is, and we're not going to bother with those. I'm obviously just tailing this guy right here because I don't want to get seen as we get into this one though. I already looted this pretty recently because I was just checking where the chest was. There's probably not going to be anything in here for me. This guy's Groschen chest was up and to the left, and you should find that his Groschen is in there. He actually does have the Groschen in there. Look at that, it's an extra 500. It's worth getting the books just once, because then you can read through them all, get your reading skill up. Does wonders for large parts of the game, including gaining XP faster. We're obviously getting close to the end of the first night. We need to get a sprint on here without getting seen by the guards. Take this first left, and then we want to head into this weapon store right here. Gets us inside. Heading up the stairs. And I believe it should be the southern room. So we're going to have to do the very hard lock anyway. That's why I was saying you're going to need the high thievery skill for this to work. Yeah, here we have Manlicher. And their money chest. Right there. That's going to allow us to head downstairs. So with all of that done, we can now leave this store. There are a couple of places that are worth getting off of this marketplace. We'll call these added extras because once it starts getting towards 4, 5 o'clock, NPCs are going to start waking up and start trying to find out what's happening. And we ideally want to be in the inn before then. So it's like having an alibi. The first good one to try and get, and I've gone past it, is the herbalist around there, as well as the extra armorer. So we're going to get in, open this hard lock. 800 right there. Quick look around the corner. Get into here. This one's actually easy because it's a medium. Does in fact hold a bit of Groschen for us. The coast is clear. We can go out the other end. And the last one that we want to get for this evening is the saddle shop. Where we get some more Groschen right there. And I guess if we can get away with it, we actually had a very smooth run here. We should also take a look at the tailor shop just around the corner. Don't get seen by the guard though. It is dangerous now because we are at 4 o'clock. Anybody could start walking around now. We'll try it. And I must have already done that one recently because there was no gold in there. So with that done, again, we need to preferably not be seen. And that allows us to get into the hangman's halter right here. So we're going to go ahead, get inside where we can rest up and get ready for our second night of increasing our gold holdings. With a fresh night readied then, we can go ahead and get ready for our next evening from the inn that we were just at. Map right here. We're at the hangman's halter. We're going to come to the left just to get ready at the shop. Should be locked by now. Looks like we're going to have NPCs hanging around. So let's just let them all go to sleep. As I said before, we're just going to wait for midnight. They're all rushing home right now, so we just need all of them to be gone. Something we might be able to try is just like quickly going into pastime and then coming out of it. All right, I'm going to start chancing it. So we're going to go into the trader right here. Make sure we close the front door. And then we'll have to come round to the door behind the counter where the real lock is. And then we can head on up the stairs into the bedroom. Here we have the trader. It's kind of weird. This is the trader's house. She sleeps on the couch. She's been kicked out of the bed apparently. And here we have trader's gold in a nice easy chest. Gonna make our way out now. Brings us onto the street. And then we can head up a little bit more where we have another armorer. If you're feeling short on armor, you won't be by the end of this route if you really want to, you know, work hard on looting as much armor gear as you want. Head on inside. Can head upstairs.
Who is it?
Alright, we got a bugged NPC here, as I said before. If one starts chasing you, all we need to do is get outside. And if we just wait a little bit, we should find that she's gone to bed. Because she was literally facing a door as I activated it. See if we can get lucky this time. Look, you can even see the doors been locked now.
What's that noise?
Nope, she's still awake. So she wants to stay awake. She's a night owl apparently. Let's see if we can get around her. Sometimes there's more than one way round up these stairs. So a good thing for me is turns out that the armorer is actually not that way. We get to loop around through these doors. We have him right here. We've got the chest, the gold in right there, and then we can head on out. If you're doing this kind of thing, you should be getting mega stealth and agility upgrades. For those that don't know, whenever you're doing stealth, you actually get agility increases anyway. So from here, we're going to head on the left a bit. I don't want to like have all of this on. And we're going to start heading over to these tailors and these cobblers here. That's the goal of this evening's route. So we're going to get in through the archway, find the tailor, make our way through. So I'm going to try and be careful here. In fact, I'm going to take this guy's key because it'll make getting through doors quicker, being he's right at the entrance. Heading up the stairs. We seem to have two traders here. Now, sometimes what you'll find is that there are two merchant chests in the house. So it's a good idea to try and find them both when you're inside. In the case of this bedroom, got one here, extra 995. And one of them could be in the street. No, I couldn't find the second one in here. That means we probably have one of the keys to one of the traders that you'll see out in the middle. As far as I've been able to tell from the chests that I've been looked in over there, they don't usually have that much gold, so we're not too bothered. So in this case, we're going to sprint across, get into the next trader. Now that we're inside, it's time for us to start pilfering our way around. We're going to make our way up the stairs. Grab the key from the tailor. Rob that guy blind. Nice simple chest location. And then we can head on out. So as you can see, that was like directly in front of where the stairs were. Make it easy to find. Alright, I can't remember which one it is. One of these cobblers that we're about to go to is bugged more often than not. So hopefully I don't get caught out here. Pretty sure it's this first one. So just to show you guys on the map again. We've obviously done the two tailors. We're going to get this cobbler. We're going to get this cobbler. If we can, we'll get this weaponsmith as well. And then we'll make our way back around to the first inn that we used. Made it in. Right, so we're going to go slowly up here because I'm pretty sure it is this one. Yeah, so this one is more often than not bugged, and it is absolutely not worth trying to get past him. I have lured him over there with a stone before and knocked him out, and there's a woman that's literally asleep on the other side of that door, and she will wake up grass on you if you try and get that one. So if he's not there, it's completely doable to go up there and get the money, but like I say, that one's bugged more often than the others, so just be careful of that one. We're going to go ahead into the next shop though. I can always close the door. We don't want guards to come sniffing around because the door's open. Once at the top of the stairs, you're going to pick through this door on the right. And then we have named cobbler. That usually means some kind of quest available at some point. Let's not do too much damage to him. The merchant chest right there for an extra 300. Out the door. And then we're off for our last store this evening, just across the way. Pick our way in. Oh, time's a bit tight. We got 2 minutes to get this shop done. So, as always, up the stairs. In the door directly ahead. Guard commander. I have no idea what you have. I wonder if he's got any good stuff in here. I never checked. Townswoman. Very hard. We're just going to pick this. Got the gold. I don't know where the dude is that's supposed to give us the key for that. Weird if you ask me. Bugged out. That's where he is. Alright, let's go. That was another rather successful evening if you ask me. And then we of course head to the inn, doing our best not to be seen by any guards. Just going to head up the road. It's quite easy to get there. Get your torch out if you're going to start coming into contact with NPCs so they don't look too suspicious. And then we're going to go ahead and give ourselves another fresh night, as there is a third of the main city left for us to do. For night 3, give yourself a little bit more time because there's a small walk before we reach the first shop. From the first inn that we started at, but this is now our third set off. We're going down the street, straight down. We're actually going to skip over the Apothecary. You are of course free to go in there and try and loot it, but there is often a dude in there walking around still making potions because he's some kind of night owl or something. So we're just not going to bother with that. It's just too much likelihood that we'll get caught. So instead we're going to take a right turn and we are making our way to this armory so that we can get started. We just pass some time here. Make sure there's not too many people wandering around. Everyone's all busy having their beers. We're pretty confident once these NPCs are gone, that guard's gone, we should be okay. Once it's looking clear, let's drop into stealth. Start making our way in. Okay, we've got a glitch. It looks like the gold chest might have been upstairs, but I'm going to pass over this one. This could mess me up. Where have you come from? Oh man, we're going to be in trouble now. So much light in this room, he's going to see me straight away. Alright, so we're going to leave this. It looks like the Groschen chest was upstairs, but this one was booked for me, so it's not worth it. So with that one done, we're going to skip over to the trader over here. Can't win them all. Let's see if this was the right hand one. I bet it's not, I bet it's the left again. A lot of these are copy and pasted after all. Yes, let's go. Oh, actually, that's not the one where it's behind the door. The trader's there, look. Groschen's right there. I thought it was the right hand one this time. Hehe. The trader's done nice and quickly. Alright, so with these 2 shops done, we're now going to be making a run pretty much straight across. Let me get the map up here. We're going to be coming down to this tailor right here because there's not only the tailor, but there's actually a blacksmith that usually goes to sleep in there as well. And that key's just going to make something a little bit less risky for us. Try and get past this guard without being seen. So from the fountain, we're obviously going to head to the east or southeast, where we can see we have the tailor sign. Always make sure that your dog's staying still because it can attract attention too sometimes. Oh, we've got another dude that's bugged out, and it's the actual tailor. We actually want his key. Why can't I only sick him? I can rob his thing though, that's hilarious. So I'm going to take his key, I'm going to get away with it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's something to do with like my CPU's not strong enough, it's not running the NPCs properly, or what. But we need to go upstairs. Yeah, okay. But once we're inside, we need to get to the left. That's going to give us his main Groschen chest. And whether or not we've robbed that or not, we want to go upstairs. Then we can start making our way through. There's going to be some guards in this room. Usually it's guards. Bodyguard, yeah. And then we'll have blacksmith in here. Should have 2 keys. We can get both of those. It's going to make something a little bit quicker in a bit. So with that done, we can head on out. So back down the stairs. Out the door. And now what we're going to do is we're going to come up this way down to the south. You see where this set of dice is? That's kind of where we're heading towards. So we're going to come up here a little bit, head to the left, and we're going into that upstairs part of the building right there. So we're going to come around to where the stairs are. Let's drop into sneak. We don't want to wake anybody up. There are 2 saddlers in here that we want to get the key from. Just makes things a little bit easier. It's usually one in this corner, but he doesn't have it today. It's moved around. Here we go, there's one with 2 keys. Now I couldn't tell you which one's which. We get that one with 2 keys. One of them's called Groom something. Here we get this one in the corner. he has gold on him as well as keys. Now, I believe that is how you get gold back from purchasing horses, but I haven't tested it yet. So, you know, when I come to looking for purchasing horses, because I think it's him that sells us the Pesic lad, or whatever it's called, which I think is the only horse that even competes with Pebbles. Now we want to use those 2 keys up. So the first place is this area right here, which is where the blacksmith key fits. As you can see, it's quite bright around here, and you really don't want to get caught lock picking. So we're going to go ahead, get in there, quickly pull out that Groschen. And then across from here, we can follow the tents around, where we'll find this chest, which is where the key fits from the groom that we got the key from. And that finishes the loot for this evening. I'm sure you could probably get something out of the bathhouse, but I haven't really bothered with that because I feel like we're already at enough. For the final night, to turn this into a cycle then, we now are going to be heading to the other inn that we haven't actually visited yet, which is the hole in the wall down in the other ward. You, of course, can fast travel, but then you run the risk of getting stopped by guards. So I'm going to run down there now. Starting at the next inn then, and I've given myself just a few minutes to start getting into place. We're going to make our way down to the south. Only 2 shops here, so this bit is, we are nearly done. We've made tons of cash, and you have access to basically any loot that you want that isn't a perfectly crafted sword, which you have to do yourself, so pretty reasonable that that is the case, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and make it past midnight. It's not like we need the full 4 hours of perfect looting time. When it comes to this archery range, technically speaking, it is better if we can get inside from behind, but this area is classified as out of bounds, so if a guard sees you here, they're just going to kick you straight out, so it can be more difficult, but being as it's available, we're going to get in. If you do need any arrows, this is a good time to pick them all up, to be honest, because you're never going to really want to craft arrows for yourself. And the door behind the counter is the way that we get the key. Oh man, we are glitched out. It's annoying that he's going to count as being awake. Let's see if I can get away with it. He's going to see me right in front of him. I'm very tempted to try run a stone through there. He's just not gonna, he's not gonna have any of it. Of course, now he decides he cares. Man, that sucks so bad. Alright, I got his Groschen. He didn't even notice I got the Groschen, that's hilarious. I'm gonna get caught now tonight because he's seen me, but I got the Groschen, that's what matters. Make sure he's not still seeing me. So we're heading into the other one now. So in terms of on the map, we've obviously come out of the archery range, which was to the south, gone further south, and in here we have the blacksmith chest. So if we come around the corner, we should find that we have a chest out in the open here for just a little top up, and he's still hopping on at me. What a bugger. And then we come on into the alchemy here, like so. I'm going to pick our way into this one. That chest hasn't been locked, which means maybe this place hasn't reset properly. But let's go through anyway. So we head on into the upstairs area. This is actually the blacksmith. You could get the key from the previous chest that we picked. Oh man, we've got another one. Yeah. I'm going to get off his premises. Let's get off and then watch out. Skip an hour. Go back to bed. He's supposed to be asleep. It's probably bugged out on me. Like some of them are permanently annoyed at me now. That actually takes a. You can save. It won't save that's bugged like that. If you just save and quit, you can reset them. I had this happen earlier. I think it's because I'm causing that much trouble. The game doesn't know what to do. Let's see if he's asleep now. No, he's just permanently awake. Get his key. No problem though. So this hasn't reset properly. That's what that feels like. And I'm pretty sure the loot chest for this one is this, which should have reset because I actually looted this on the same day that I did the archer shop. But that is the full route. As you can see, the game does not enjoy just how much we're looting it. So we may have to call this the game-breakingly ridiculous farming route, because you can get as much armor, as much Groschen, as much arrows, as many weapons as you like.